No matter where you scroll, you'll see him.
The only water I drink is sparkling water.
The Bugatti, the shades, the cigar. He's louder than Logan, trendier than Trump, and, according to him, richer than all of them.
I pay myself $1 million a week because it's a nice round number. I could pay myself a whole bunch more.
But behind the clips, the cash, and the controversy is a backstory most people never hear. He didn't make his fortune from kickboxing or from fame. Instead, he says, it began with a business model built on carefully crafted online performances, with women on camera and someone else behind the keyboard. Tate has openly described it as manipulative. He's even called it a scam himself. And it worked. He says millions came in. But questions still remain. How exactly did this empire get built? And where did the line between business and exploitation really fall?
Before the Bugatti, before the private jets, before the viral rants.
Andrew Tate was broke. He'd been a 4-time world kickboxing champion, but according to his own 2022 interview with Piers Morgan, he had just £3,000 in the bank at retirement. So he pivoted. Tate has called it the ultimate business model, webcam sex work. But this wasn't a typical cam business. He described it in his own words as a total scam, a setup where women would sit on camera while Tate or his brother Tristan allegedly handled the typing from behind the screen, sending fabricated sob stories to elicit tips. This system became the foundation of what Tate later referred to as his first real money business. Romanian prosecutors, in a 2023 indictment, would go on to describe it as part of a broader scheme built on emotional manipulation and deception, allegations that Tate denies and is contesting in court. This documentary explores that early business, how it started, how it scaled, and how legal scrutiny eventually caught up with it. It's 2016. Andrew Tate, once a 4-time world kickboxing champion, he shared in interviews that despite his titles, he had only a few $1,000s to his name. That's when, according to Tate, he starts looking for a way to make real money. In interviews, he's explained that during his fighting career, he dated several women across different countries. He invited 5 of them to London, telling them each about a potential business opportunity. 3 reportedly walked out, 2 stayed. From there, according to Tate's own account, the cam business was born. They worked from his apartment. The women appeared on camera for live chats. But Tate later revealed that he and his brother did much of the actual messaging behind the scenes, typing responses while the women appeared to type. Tate has claimed this strategy was intentional. He said the women weren't persuasive enough on their own. So the brothers crafted fabricated emotional narratives, all designed to prompt tips. In a March 2022 video, Tate described this as a scam and genius, acknowledging that the goal was to emotionally manipulate viewers into sending money. According to Tate, men were told the women needed money to fly and visit them, but those visits never happened. There was always another excuse, and often another payment. Tate has said that within weeks, they were earning $3,000 to $4,000 a day from just 2 women, though this figure is self-reported and not independently verified. The operation, as described by Tate himself, was built on trust, or at least the illusion of it. It didn't rely on explicit content alone. It thrived on emotional storytelling and strategic misdirection. That setup, 2 women, 2 keyboards, and a fabricated narrative, would become the blueprint for a much larger business model. With early success and consistent income, Tate says he began expanding. He describes recruiting more women into the business, some through dating, others through social media or clubs. His stated goal was to find women who were attractive but, in his words, couldn't do it without me. He claimed emotional leverage was essential to the operation. Within a year, according to Tate's own accounts, he was managing as many as 75 webcam performers across 4 different rented properties. It had moved far beyond a 2-person apartment hustle. But even Tate admits this version of the business had problems. In interviews, he reflects that the original model, where women worked out of love, loyalty, or personal attachment, didn't scale. With 75 performers, he says, things became purely transactional. Women were now driven by money, not emotional connection to him. He stated that this shift created internal friction and eroded control. Despite the instability, the numbers he reports are staggering. Tate has claimed the business generated around $600,000 per month at its peak. That figure hasn't been independently verified. However, what is confirmed are financial records showing that Tristan Tate's Paxum account received $2.6 million in payouts from adult platforms and OnlyFans between 2017 and 2022. That alone confirms serious revenue. Around this time, Tate also begins selling the method. He launches an online course that, according to its marketing page, teaches men how to turn women into income using similar tactics. The price? Around 400 yen. The curriculum reportedly included sections on persuasion, emotional framing, and how to run the chats behind the scenes. Critics argue this blurred the line between adult entertainment and unethical manipulation. Some journalists and watchdog groups have begun aspects of it to coercion or digital exploitation, though no charges were filed in connection with the course material itself. To him, it's a system, a way to scale attention and monetize human emotion. To others, it raises serious ethical concerns. But regardless of where the moral line is drawn, there's no doubt the business scaled. What began in one apartment had turned into a multi-million-dollar playbook, and its methods, seduction, scripting, emotional payoff, would soon be applied far beyond the cam business.
As the webcam business gained traction, legal scrutiny began to follow. Long before viral fame, Andrew Tate was already on the radar of UK authorities. In 2015, 2 women, one of whom had reportedly worked as a cam model, accused Tate of rape and assault in the United Kingdom. Tate was arrested, but the Crown Prosecution Service later confirmed that there was insufficient evidence to proceed with charges. The case was formally closed in 2019. However, those same women subsequently filed a civil suit in the UK, which remains pending as of mid-2025. In 2016, Tate appeared on the reality show Big Brother UK. He was removed from the program after 6 days, following the release of a video in which he was seen striking a woman with a belt. Tate publicly stated that the footage depicted consensual role play. The woman involved also later affirmed in media interviews that the activity was consensual. Nonetheless, the backlash led to his immediate removal from the show. In 2017, Tate relocated to Romania. In a video published on his own YouTube channel, Tate stated that probably 40% of the reason for his move was because, in his words, it's easier to get off on charges in Romania. While the comment drew widespread criticism, it remains a direct quote on public record. By this time, the cam operations had expanded into a compound-style property in Bucharest. Multiple women reportedly lived and worked there. Security systems and restricted entry were in place, suggesting a more organized setup. In April 2022, Romanian law enforcement conducted a raid on the premises. According to Reuters and The Guardian, the action was initiated following a tip from the U.S. Embassy, alleging that an American woman was being held involuntarily. Tate and his associates were detained for questioning, but released the same day. At that time, no charges had been filed. In December 2022, Romanian authorities conducted a second raid. This time, Andrew Tate, Kristen Tate, and 2 Romanian nationals were arrested on suspicion of human trafficking and forming an organized criminal group. These charges were formally filed by Romanian prosecutors with the Bucharest Tribunal in an indictment dated June 20, 2023. According to the indictment, prosecutors allege that the accused used deceit, including promises of romantic relationships and financial support, to recruit at least 7 women, who were then allegedly coerced into producing sexually explicit content for commercial purposes. This recruitment strategy aligns with what EU legal guidance describes as the lover boy method, a known trafficking model involving emotional manipulation and dependency. As of June 2025, the criminal case remains ongoing. No trial verdict has been issued. All 4 defendants have denied the allegations and assert their innocence. Under both Romanian and international law, all individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. By the time Andrew Tate's name became globally recognized, his image was crystal clear: Bugatti, private jet, mansion. Online, he claimed to be the world's first trillionaire, a title he repeated across multiple platforms. But according to Romanian financial records and asset forfeiture documents, authorities seized approximately $3.9 million worth of goods during the December 2022 investigation. That included luxury cars, watches, cryptocurrency, and cash. It's a substantial sum, but far from the billions he claims. This gap between narrative and evidence drew attention. According to industry reporting by Vice and Forbes, Tate had stated that his webcam business once generated $600,000 per month at its peak. However, financial records reviewed during the Romanian investigation show that roughly $2.6 million was deposited into a Paxum bank account held by his brother Tristan Tate between 2017 and 2022. Primarily from platforms like MyFreeCams and OnlyFans. These numbers were confirmed in publicly reported court filings and press briefings. Industry experts also raised questions. A Romanian webcam studio executive told Vice in a 2023 interview that Tate's reported earnings would be difficult to achieve with a small number of models, noting, "If he claims to have made tens of millions with just a few girls, it's not realistic." While that quote reflects one opinion, it highlights broader skepticism within the adult content industry about the scale of Tate's business. Around this time, Tate began to pivot. He launched Hustlers University, offering lessons in business, affiliate marketing, and online income strategies. Critics compared the business model to multi-level marketing. Through an affiliate system, members were incentivized to repost Tate's videos and drive traffic to sign-up pages. Many of the viral clips that helped boost his online profile were posted this way. By mid-2023, reports from Forbes estimated that Hustlers University and its spin-off, The Real World, were generating up to $5 million per month in subscription revenue. These figures have not been independently verified in court filings, but they reflect the business's rapid scale. Critics argue that the marketing strategy draws heavily on the same psychological tools used in Tate's earlier ventures: emotional manipulation, aspirational messaging, and a sharp contrast between promised freedom and actual control. But it's important to note, as of June 2025, no formal charges have been filed against Tate in connection with the financial claims related to Hustlers University. The Romanian indictment focuses specifically on alleged human trafficking and coercive conduct tied to the webcam business. In short, the cam business may have started the empire,
but it's Tate's talent for scaling a narrative, not just a business model, that brought him global attention. How much of that success came from strategy, how much from myth-making, and how much will hold up under scrutiny remains to be seen.
So what did Andrew Tate build? Not just a business, not just a brand, but a system, one that leveraged attention, emotion, and controversy. He has described parts of his early career as manipulative. He's referred to his webcam strategy as a scam, his word, not ours. And he's credited those same methods with giving him his first real money. What followed was rapid expansion, online courses, affiliate marketing, global fame, and eventually serious legal scrutiny. There are people who view him as a self-made genius. Others see a pattern of calculated exploitation. But beyond opinion, the facts are still unfolding. Tate has denied all criminal charges. He is currently facing trial in Romania. If you think this story adds context to the headlines or offers a side of the story many haven't seen, hit the like button to help us reach more people. And if you believe in holding powerful people, any people, accountable to their own words, share this video. Because in the end, public figures shape their image. But it's up to the public to understand what's behind it.